From the age of 14, Juliette was already working weekends in decor stores and restaurants, giving herself a valuable head start in the art and business of interiors.
Juliette, from design journalism straight into starting your own business, what inspired this brave decision?
I was a stylist, I was a decor editor, and I was always surrounded by, beautiful homes and interiors and incredible product that just inspired my journey as a designer. I realized that, styling, beautiful homes eventually turned into having that ability to decorate. And it was just a natural progression, and I have no regrets so far, yeah.
Now, I need to switch things up at my place. Please give me any tips.
Of course. I mean, what I do is I usually look at what the space is, and then I find out from you. What makes you happy? What do you want to walk into when you get home? And then we sort of start from there and we just see what makes you happy, and then I'll pull some stuff together.
Shall we go and check it out?
Let's do it, yeah.
Fabric shopping often feels like you can't see the wood for the trees. But in 10 years of assisting in her mother's decor store, Juliette has developed an eagle eye.
I'm a little bit intimidated because I'm a classical myself. I'm very minimalistic, so I'd be drawn to like
a neutral, a solid, a monochrome.
Solid,
okay.
Monochrome. These would be definitely
amazing.
up my alley. But you can help me come out of my
Of
comfort
course.
zone, right? Okay, let's do it.
Definitely going to push you, yeah.
With starting her business 2 years ago came the responsibility of understanding clients and investing their budgets wisely. Juliette gets to know her clients through swatches.
Most people would actually start with the finishings as opposed to the other way around.
Yeah, I know a lot of designers, they normally look at your flooring and your tiling and your paint colors or whatever, but I just love fabrics, and it's what inspires me, and then obviously it gets the creative initiative going and starts the project for me, and then I'll bring my clients on board and get them excited, and yeah, I think it's important for me to enjoy what I'm doing to then radiate that onto my clients and get them excited. And I think we're going to now take it to the next level and bring in those finishes.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do that.
Growing up as an only child to a mom who's an interior architect, talented gardener, and who owned a decor store, they moved home a lot. Each address was another chance to learn about decorating.
Juliette, this is an absolutely beautiful home. So this is where the journey started for you.
Absolutely, yes. This is definitely where my journey as a decorator, as a creative, as a designer, and an interior stylist began. The influence all comes from my mom. It all started with my mom and her beautiful homes, and she's actually a decorator by trade. And we've always had homes that are filled with interesting pieces and curated little vignettes, and she just sort of, started my love and my passion. All began here with my mom.
Having chosen the fabrics, it was time to see how these translated to the other choices Ayanda was about to make.
So where do we start?
Okay, so I think where we should start is with this inspiration image, which I think is very much the mood that we discussed. And of course, they've got the same flooring that you've got at home. And now we're starting to layer, starting with our finishes. So the thing is, we've got now hardware, and we've got our tiles, which are going to be the splashback for your kitchen. And then we've got things like your wall finishes. So we've got paint colors that you can choose from. And this is the point that we start to have fun. Now you can choose which colors you like and which you don't like. And then we've got some flooring for your bedroom, and now it's about finding how all of these things are going to connect and how your colors are going to speak to each other. I know you loved your geometrics, so
yes.
Remember this fabric. So this fabric is now going to pick up on that geometric that you love in the flooring. So don't be afraid to find some samples out there that are all about out there.
And this will be my pop of color.
Exactly. So, but why don't we do like a big piece, like your sofa or something? We can do it in a mad color, because that's what I love to do. I like to, add those pops in big pieces where you're not expecting them.
So can anyone do this at home?
All it is you need to start with some samples, and you need to hone it in, and you need to start eliminating. So rather overpull, rather go and get all your different fabric swatches and your flooring swatches and your tiles and your hardware, and then overpull, have way too much, and then start to put away. That's what I learned as a stylist, and it works as a decorator as well.
After so many years writing about and creating decor, we wondered which essentials defined Juliette's own taste.
You know what I immediately thought when I got into your apartment?
Tell me, I want to know.
Instagram heaven!
Good, okay, good. I'm doing something right.
What are some of your favorite pieces in your home?
Oh, some of my favorite pieces, definitely my sofa, which was inspired by a job that I worked on actually, and it's in my favorite color, which just makes me happy. And then my other pieces that I love are the things that I've done myself. You know, I designed that bamboo lamp, which I gold leafed, and I've done the wallpaper was a design that I actually took off a plate of mine. I love blue and white. It's an absolute classic. It's kind of like a neutral in my life, a bit like black and white, blue and white, and animal print are always neutrals for me. Another piece would be an inherited piece here, my coffee table from my grandmother, my French grandmother. And that's a handcrafted antique, and it's just got so much sentiment, and it shows craftsmanship, which, you know, I really do appreciate as a designer.
Another extension of your beautiful and vibrant personality is your headboard, animal print. A lot of people would think that a bedroom is a calm space, but not for you.
No. I don't do calm. I do personality, and I want statement, and I want pizzazz. And you know, it's a little bit like cooking. When you cook a meal for a crowd of people, it's all about showing off. I love people to walk into my space and go, wow, I was not expecting that. You know, I'm not your average sort of cream on cream, tone on tone person. It's just not me. I want wow. I want that crazy factor.
Please share with us some tips about making the most of a small space.
You know, what I learned walking into this space when it was basically just an empty shell was don't be afraid to use big pieces of furniture to really fill up every little space. Don't think that it's going to be that you know, a case of layering too much and now you have no space to walk around. Live within the space. Don't be afraid to use big scale furniture because it actually makes the place feel cozier. It's got that cocoon feeling. Another thing is I do use a lot of reflective surfaces and mirror, which is a, you know, classic trade trick because it makes the space, it bounces off, the light bounces off, and it makes the space look bigger. Just consider the flow of using one material, keep your paint surfaces all similar colors, just to create a flow, yeah.
I absolutely can't leave without getting some snaps on this fabulous wall for Instagram, shall we?
Amazing, let's do it. I will never say no.
A decor range of her own is on the cards. And for Juliette, that day can't come soon enough.